The American West, a land of vast prairies, towering mountains and scorching deserts. It was a place of opportunity and danger, where dreams were made and broken under the endless sky. The 19th century saw a dramatic expansion westward, fueled by the allure of gold, land, and a fresh start. This westward movement brought together two distinct cultures: the Cowboys, symbols of American individualism and the frontier spirit, and the Native Americans, who had called this land home for centuries. Their encounters, often romanticized in popular culture, were far more complex and nuanced than typically portrayed. This era, often referred to as the Wild West, continues to capture the imagination with its tales of adventure, hardship, and cultural clashes. Cowboys, often romanticized as rugged individualists, were primarily skilled laborers. Their lives revolved around the cattle drives, herding massive herds across vast distances. Working long hours in challenging conditions, they faced dangers from stampedes to harsh weather. Native Americans, in contrast, lived in deep connection with the land. For centuries, they adapted to diverse environments, developing unique cultures and traditions. Their lives were intricately woven with the natural world, relying on the land for sustenance and spiritual guidance. The arrival of European settlers disrupted this balance, leading to tension and conflict. Westward expansion policies disregarded Native American sovereignty, leading to cultural upheaval and hardship. The clash between these cultures shaped the history of the American West. The Wild West has long been a subject of fascination, inspiring countless books, movies, and television shows. However, Hollywood's portrayal is often riddled with inaccuracies and stereotypes. Cowboys are often depicted as heroic gunslingers in constant shootouts. In reality, violence was not as prevalent as portrayed. Cowboys focused on practicalities like tending to cattle. Native Americans are often shown as savage warriors attacking settlers. This ignores their diverse cultures and peaceful coexistence. Conflicts were often due to broken treaties and competition for resources. Understanding these interactions requires recognizing the historical context. The relationship between cowboys and Native Americans was far more nuanced than the simple binary of hero and villain often presented in popular culture. While conflicts did arise, fueled by competition for land and resources, there were also instances of cooperation, trade, and even friendship. Cowboys often relied on the knowledge and skills of Native Americans to navigate the unfamiliar terrain, while Native Americans sometimes traded with cowboys for goods and services. These interactions, while often overlooked, highlight the complexity of the relationship between these two groups. The conflicts that did occur were often brutal and tragic, resulting in loss of life on both sides. The Sand Creek Massacre, the Battle of Little Bighorn, and the Wounded Knee Massacre stand as stark reminders of the violence that marked this era. These events, however, should not overshadow the instances of peaceful coexistence and cultural exchange that also occurred. Understanding the full spectrum of interactions between cowboys and Native Americans requires recognizing both the conflicts and the moments of cooperation that shaped their relationship. Hollywood has played a significant role in shaping the public perception of the Wild West, often prioritizing entertainment value over historical accuracy. Western films, with their sweeping landscapes, heroic cowboys, and villainous outlaws, have captivated audiences for generations. However, these romanticized portrayals often perpetuate stereotypes and distort the realities of life on the frontier. The fast-draw shootouts, the lone cowboy hero single-handedly defeating hordes of enemies, and the simplistic portrayal of good versus evil are all products of Hollywood's imagination, bearing little resemblance to the actual events of the time. While some Western films have attempted to portray the complexities of the era with greater historical accuracy, the genre as a whole has often fallen short in representing the nuances of the relationship between cowboys and Native Americans. The over-reliance on stereotypes and the tendency to simplify historical events have contributed to a distorted view of the Wild West, one that often overlooks the humanity and agency of both cowboys and Native Americans. It's essential to approach these portrayals with a critical eye, recognizing the influence of Hollywood storytelling on our understanding of this period. The legacy of cowboys and Native Americans continues to resonate in American culture, albeit often in romanticized and stereotypical forms. The cowboy, with his rugged individualism, self-reliance, and mastery of nature, has become an enduring symbol of American identity. The image of the lone cowboy riding off into the sunset embodies a spirit of adventure, freedom, and the pursuit of dreams. This romanticized image, however, often overlooks the realities of cowboy life, which was often harsh, dangerous, and far from glamorous. Native Americans, on the other hand, have often been relegated to the sidelines of American history, their cultures and contributions often overlooked or misrepresented. While there has been a growing movement to recognize and celebrate the diversity and resilience of Native American cultures, stereotypes and misrepresentations persist. It's essential to move beyond the simplistic images and narratives that have come to define these groups in popular culture and to engage with their histories and cultures in a more nuanced and respectful way. The story of cowboys and Native Americans is a complex and often tragic chapter in American history. It's a story of conflict and cooperation, of cultural clashes and moments of shared humanity. Understanding this history requires looking beyond the romanticized narratives and stereotypes that have come to define the Wild West in popular culture. By acknowledging the complexities of this era, we can gain a deeper appreciation for the lasting impact of these encounters on American culture and identity. The Wild West, with all its myths and realities, continues to fascinate and inspire, reminding us of the enduring power of story.